all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, yeah. I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I piss on my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't riding. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the second year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Show it up. Show it up. Out, 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 out. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check.
Here's Jackson to throw. Dixon complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Mike, zoom. Right there in the middle, 55. I'm scared. Mike, 55.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jackson now. Going to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Right back to Conner here on 1st. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Kill. Turn up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Conner. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 44, Roethlisberger. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
White 80, Jack 16.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Tighten up. Help out. Alert.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's McDonald. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
Black 20. Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Jack 16. Hey, I 7. 43 to Mike. You. Middle. 43 to Mike. 43. Check. 43.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
And it's 3rd down.
Fit back! 180! Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hey! Check 13.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. It's third down and goal at the 6-yard line.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and short. They go play action now. Jackson airing one out for Boyd. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Steelers.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here we go, here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Easy.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Roethlisberger now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Roethlisberger now. Only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Roethlisberger. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And he missed it. It's no good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane, the rookie from Michigan State.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, You can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Like 80. Middle.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Here we go.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want to. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I don't think you got it.
Snickers, 66. Like I said.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? Like 80.
Pick up the ball.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Here we go.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
We play
The
to
Bengals
win.
take over
Let's
first and 10
go.
at their own 13-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait. Nowhere to
escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 95 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back counter. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That! 230. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey! Strong right. Strong right. 40. Alert. Tight guard. Alert. 77.
Third and 2. Now Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
To Juju Smith-Schuster. A gain of 5. First down, Steelers.
Set. Black 30.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger going deep for Moncrief. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
50.
Ben to throw again. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not that he came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Back to you. I'm going. Please do. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check four.
Jackson, option right, and an alley to run. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
He's coming. We got this. Sponge. No.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Cameron Batson. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10.
55, right there in the middle, 55. You ain't going nowhere. Flat. Shift, watch the shift.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Come to my work. Check 37. No.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Big Ed.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Artie Burns, former 1st-rounder, there to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Any weapon. Come on. Go get him. Good. 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. I got him. Orbit. 50, Mike's 50. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Quarter. Let's go.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He's back to throw. And this one's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. Roethlisberger to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Middle. 50.
Here's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Dante Moncrief in the final minute. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, 55, Mike. Cut. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Back to throw. He'll get this complete to Batson.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Check 31, check 31. Go. Me. Check 50, check 50. Shit. 61, match box. Mike. 55's my guy, 55. Check. Pick the edge.
Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
You better be ready.
Back to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check right.
Now Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Throwing now is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Hey, alert 3.
Here's Jackson. Dixon, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Number 80. 16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Mark 50, mark 50, mark 50. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Smooth.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Cincinnati, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.